It's officially summer here in Michigan, which means spending every second outside. From soaking up the sun to spending the whole day on the lake, cooling off in the pool, bonfires, and even outdoor movie screenings. My friends, what I have been missing in all of these outdoor events is a waterproof quilted blanket. And luckily, I'm a sort of quilt connoisseur.
What's that?
It's where they put Botox in your lip and they flip it up. Like my upper lip is just so...
It isn't as trashy as it used to be. Like it used to just...
For now, I'm giving myself a 48-hour time window to finish something that would typically take me 3 months. So let's gather our materials and get started. I'm going to be using the sherbet rail fence pattern that I found online for free at allpeoplequilt.com. So now I have to stop at my local fabric store and pick out some outdoor fabrics that can withstand weather and water. Perfect. I got my yards, I got my colors, I got my batting. I am now ready to cross the threshold, the point of no return. Let's cut our pieces out. After countless hours and matcha lattes later, I've officially cut out all of my pieces. Luckily, I've created a sort of organizational process to gather the proper strips needed to assemble my quilt, which I will show here. Perfect. Now I'm ready to start sewing. Great, all of my squares are now sewn, and I'm ready to take them to the iron and press their seams all to one direction. You will catch me at this damn iron pressing after almost every single step. Done. Now I will sew the squares into lines and hit the iron one more time. Great, and then the lines to a giant square for one final iron. We got the biggest portion done! Now it is time to insert the batting and the backing. But first, I'm approaching the scariest part of quilt making, for me personally, which is binding. But before we get to that evil step, we are going to be batting and quilting. So now I must attach the back, the batting, and the front. I'm going to be using these giant safety pins, and I'm going to be pinning in the center of each square. So then when I pick up the fabric, the backing, the batting, and the front will all be connected and centered in every single square. And I can also make sure that there's no ruffling going on in the back or in the front or in the batting. Ooh. So I basically just want to keep these all flat against each other the entire sewing process. Now, this is where some people get creative and do all sorts of fancy quilting patterns. But for my 48-hour challenge and my skill level, I will just be doing the traditional diagonal quilted lines, which is classic in my opinion. It's going to be a little hard to show you guys what I'm doing exactly because I don't have a quilting sewing machine, so I'm really just stuffing this one with all this fabric, and it's difficult enough for me to see what I'm doing. So trust the process. And yay, look at this. It's not perfect, but it is beautiful. So I have my entire quilt quilted now, and it is time to take some scissors and cut off my extra batting and backing. It is time to face my final boss, the scariest part of this whole process, binding. Binding is always what gets a little horrific for me personally. Exhibit A. Please look at my bed quilt. Anyways, let's put the past behind us and stay positive on our future. Let's cut and iron the binding and get sewing. Give me some space. I'm gonna need to get in the zone here. So here is my finished, beautiful outdoor quilt. It's beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. Now it is time to get ready for the perfect summer night with my new quilt. When hitting the store for some s'mores essentials, I came face to face with the very thing I spent the past 48 hours of blood, sweat, and tears creating for just $30 at Target and 0 labor time. The consumer's burning question still stands. Why actually make things that you can just buy? Naturally, I turned to ChatGPT and I was granted a beautiful explanation. Making things by hand is a deeply human endeavor rooted in creativity, tradition, and mindfulness. It connects us to our past, fostering a sense of identity and continuity with generations before us. Through crafting, we find a solace in the present moment, cultivating satisfaction and fulfillment as we shape our own reality with our hands. This practice also fosters a deeper connection to nature, reminding us all of our place within Earth's cycles and encouraging sustainable living. Ultimately, handcrafting is not just about the end product, but also about the profound ways it enriches our humanity and shapes our understandings of ourselves and the world around us. I hope this inspired you to take the time to create something. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button for more creative endeavors. Thank you for joining me. Bye!